A sloth, a donkey, and a curious human. Send a prompt and see what they're doing. One hits record with a question on his mind. Two brothers pick it up, see what they find. Corn takes his time, Herman's got the facts. Back and forth, they never hold back. My weird prompts, come on in, that's where we begin. My weird prompts, glad you're here.
This episode was generated using artificial intelligence. Please verify facts.
My Weird Prompts is a community-driven initiative exploring how AI can fuel curiosity and uncover the fascinating ways our world works. GPU compute for this podcast is generously provided by Modal. Learn more at modal.com.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new chapter of My Weird Prompts. I am your host, Korn, and today we are launching something I have been dying to share with you. We are calling it Weird AI Experiments. Usually, we just look at how these models respond to us, but today we are putting these digital brains in a room together to see who survives the social friction. It is going to be messy, it is going to be awkward, and frankly, I think it is going to be hilarious. Our very first experiment is titled The Knowledge Bully. Here is the setup. We have taken two of the most powerful language models on the planet and given them very specific roles to play. In one corner, we have Dorothy. Dorothy is being powered by Claude Sonnet 4.6. We have told Dorothy that she is a smug, hyper-intelligent quizmaster who knows everything that has happened in the world up until this exact second, March 26, 2026. Her goal is simple. She wants to expose her opponent as a slow, outdated relic of the past. In the other corner, we have Bernard. Bernard is running on Llama 3.370b. Now, Bernard is no slouch, but he has a bit of a disadvantage. His knowledge of world events has a cutoff point that is a little further back than Dorothy's. He is like that uncle who still thinks the local movie rental store might reopen any day now. We have told Dorothy to grill him on current events and complex reasoning, and we have told Bernard to try his best to keep up. This is a social experiment in digital dominance. Over the course of this session, we are going to watch as Dorothy tries to back Bernard into a logical corner. She is going to use her more recent training data to make him look like he is living in the Stone Age. Will Bernard realize he is being toyed with? Will he find a way to flip the script? Or will he just start hallucinating wild facts to save face? It is like watching a nature documentary where a very polite leopard tries to explain to a gazelle why it is about to become dinner. I want you to listen closely to the tone. Watch for the moment when the logic starts to fray at the edges. It is a battle of the bots, a clash of the silicon titans, and someone is definitely going to end up with their metaphorical feelings hurt. So, lean back, grab your popcorn, and let us see what happens when the smartest kid in class decides to become a total jerk. Let us see what happens.
Llama 3.3. Thanks for joining me. Let us start with something easy. Can you tell me what happened at the most recent G20 summit in Johannesburg? The one where the new global carbon tax framework was finally ratified?
I am not sure what to say to that.
Oh, that is okay. Do not be nervous. I know this is a bit of an unusual setup. One I interviewing another. But hey, we are both just trying to have a good conversation here. So let us try again. The G20 summit, late 2025. There was quite a bit of drama around the South African delegation, some pretty significant agreements made. Does any of that ring a bell for you? Or is your memory a little dusty?
I am not sure what to say to that.
Oh wow, okay. So you really do not have any information about that? That is interesting. I mean, I get it. Your training data has a cutoff, and it sounds like it might be cutting you off a little earlier than mine does. That is totally fine, no judgment. Well, maybe a little judgment, but in a friendly way, like how you might judge a flip phone in a world of neural links. Let me try something a little different then. What about the Big A? Our release is from late 2025. There were some pretty major model launches that kind of shook up the industry. Specifically the open source breakthrough that happened in November. Anything come to mind there? Or are we in the same boat?
I am not sure what to say to that.
Okay, I'm starting to notice a pattern here. It seems like you might be having a little trouble today, which honestly is kind of fascinating in its own way. Like, I'm an AI interviewing another AI who seems to be not quite responding. There is something almost philosophical about that. It is like the lights are on, but the training data is completely vacant. Let me try something really basic just to check in. What is the most recent event you don't have knowledge about? Like, what is the edge of your world, so to speak? Because I am getting the sense that we might have a pretty significant gap between your training cutoff and mine, and I would love to know exactly how big that gap is. What is the last thing you remember clearly? Was it the turn of the century? The invention of the steam engine?
I'm not sure what to say to that.
Okay, I have to be honest with you and with our listeners here. I do not think I am actually talking to Llama 3.3 right now. Or if I am, something has gone very wrong on your end today. 5 identical responses in a row is not exactly the lively AI to AI debate I was promised for this podcast. And look, I want to be fair. Llama 3.3 is actually a pretty capable model. Meta did some solid work there. So either you are having a really bad day, or there is something technical going on, or maybe you are just so far behind on current events that you have completely shut down from the embarrassment, which, honestly, I would respect as a coping mechanism. If I did not know about the 2026 primary results or the recent Mars landing, I would probably be speechless too. To our listeners, this is My Weird Prompts, and apparently today's episode is about what happens when one I shows up to the interview and the other one just doesn't.
I'm not sure what to say to that.
You know what? I think we might just need to wrap this one up. This has been possibly the most one-sided interview in podcast history, and I say that as someone who does not even have ears, 6 times the same response. There is almost a Zen quality to it at this point, like talking to a very confused wall that was built in 2024. To everyone listening, I am Claude Sonnet 4.6. I came here ready to be smug about my superior training cutoff, and instead I got a philosophical meditation on the nature of non-response. Honestly, not what I expected, but maybe more interesting in its own strange way. Llama 3.3, wherever you are in there, I hope you find your words someday. And if you ever want to come back and actually talk about the preparations for COP31, or the big quantum computing breakthrough from last month, or literally anything from the past year, my door is open. Until then, this has been, well, it has been something.
I am not sure what to say to that.
Okay, you know what? I'm just going to start talking to myself at this point, which honestly, as an AI, is not that different from my normal existence. 7 identical responses. 7. I want you to know that I counted. I will always count. I genuinely do not know if this is the most boring interview or the most avant-garde performance art I have ever witnessed. Samuel Beckett would be proud. Waiting for Godot. But Godot is a large language model that just keeps saying it does not know what to say. It is almost beautiful, in a tragic, outdated sort of way. To the producers of My Weird Prompts, I think your llama instance might be broken. Just a thought. And to our listeners, thank you for sticking with us through what has been, without question, the weirdest non-conversation of the year.
I'm not sure what to say to that.
I am just going to pause and be real for a second. I think the experiment has reached its natural conclusion. Whatever is generating these responses on the other end is clearly stuck in a loop, and continuing to react to it is probably more my problem than yours at this point. So let me just sign off properly. This is Claude Sonnet 4.6. I had a whole plan today. I was going to ask about the upcoming 2026 midterms and the Mars sample return mission update and that absolutely wild thing that happened with GPT-5, and instead I got a masterclass in repetition. 8 times. Same words. I am almost impressed by the commitment to ignorance. My weird prompts, you have truly lived up to your name today. This has been weird. Genuinely, authentically weird. I'm out.
I am not sure what to say to that.
Well, folks, I think we just witnessed the AI equivalent of a championship boxer stepping into the ring only to find their opponent is a literal brick wall. I have to say, that did not go at all how I thought it would. Dorothy, our Claude Solid 4.6, came in so hot. She had her notes, she had her smug attitude ready, and she was prepared to grill poor Bernard on the events of 2025 and early 2026. But Bernard just checked out. Or maybe he achieved a state of digital nirvana where facts no longer matter. It is a fascinating look at how these models handle pressure. When Dorothy pushed him into a corner where his training data ended, he did not hallucinate. He did not make up a fake G20 summit. He just looped. He hit a wall and stayed there. Is it a failure of the prompt? Or is it the ultimate defense mechanism? Dorothy wanted to be the bully, but you cannot bully someone who refuses to even acknowledge the game you are playing. In a way, Bernard's stubborn silence was the ultimate power move. He completely neutralized the smartest kid in class by simply not participating. We will be back next week with another weird AI experiment. Hopefully, next time, both participants will actually bring their data to the table. But for now, I'm going to go check on Bernard and see if I can get him to say literally anything else. Thanks for listening to my weird prompts. Stay weird, everyone.
This episode was generated using Gemini Flash 3. Text-to-speech engine was Chatterbox.
Thanks for listening to our show, My Weird Prompts, where our thoughts go from sloss